Hello Chicago Cubs fans, welcome back to the channel. It is your average fan AJ here. As you can see, a little bit different location today. I won't be home for a little while, but still wanted to get this video out to you guys. So unfortunately, no jersey today. However, there is some brand new news as of yesterday. Cody Bellinger opts in for 2025. There's some things I like about it, some things I dislike about it. However, I do want to get my thoughts out to you guys so that you can leave a comment and open discussion about it. Now, one thing that I do like, probably the number one thing, it is just one less check mark you don't have to worry about going into the off season. I like the fact that it'll keep Seiya Suzuki at DH for the most part, which he really excelled in 2024. So, your right field is covered, which you can, platoon with Mike Tauchman, given that, he kind of floats around the outfield based on who needs a day off. And, it also, if you need to give a day off to Micheal Busch, that also helps the first base situation. The one thing that I dislike about it, the number one thing, is that it brings you just that much closer to the luxury tax. I believe that it will give the Cubs somewhere in the $36 to $38 million range before the level 1 tier of the luxury tax. So it kind of breaks down the flexibility that they would have going to get a power bat for the 2025 season. However, I do believe that the way that some contracts have been structured the last couple years by Jed Hoyer, I would argue that there is a possibility that you could still go get a power bat and not completely break the bank over it. I would still like to see like Alex Bregman or Willie Adames on my team. I think that they would be a great addition to be a power bat. Bregman would be the cheaper option. Obviously, Adames is looking for a payday. And then if you get Adames, you have to worry about, that whole situation at shortstop second between Nico Horner, Dansby Swanson, and Adames. But I do like that, it brings some consistency back. At least you know that you'll have a right fielder day one. And, given that Bellinger had to fight off 2 injuries this season, I think it's also fair to assume that if he had a full year of offensive production, that maybe he wouldn't have regressed a little bit. I think that he probably could have had closer to a 2023 season than he actually did have in 2024. But, all things considered, I do like the consistency coming back, and I do think that another year with Craig Counsell, and also now the coaching staff that Craig Counsell is bringing in, I do think that that is also really good for the Chicago Cubs. I know that a lot of people are going to have a problem that it blocks, some people's progressions, like, how much time would Bellinger actually spend in center field and take some time away from PCA. To be honest, I don't think that would happen. I think he would actually be slid out into right field, and they would keep PCA at center. And I believe that they said either Matt Shaw or Owen Casey is the other one that he would be blocking. I'm not too sure about that. I haven't really followed the minor league guys all too much. I tend to follow minor league guys when they get closer to the big leagues. I was huge on Matt Mervis, and obviously I don't think that one really panned out for the Chicago Cubs. But I mean, there's options. I think that I think that as 2025 starts to shape up, and with the winter meetings coming, you'll get a better idea on the directions that the Cubs are going to go. I hope that they actually kind of focus more on the pitching aspect, because with that lull in production we had in June and July, we had that problem where the bullpen was tending to give up games because the offensive production wasn't there. I'm still a firm believer that if we would have fixed the production needs before the beginning of the year, that offensive production lull wouldn't have looked as bad. But I just think that it's good to bring some consistency back, and I think that will help with the lineup, because now that's just one less hole that you have to fill in your lineup So I'm just kind of curious to see how the rest of the offseason goes now that we know that Bellinger is going to be back. You know, I want to see what happens going into the winter meetings and what the free agency market looks like for the Cubs, just because of, you know, instead of having $70 to $72 million, that brings you down to, you know, that's what it was, like 36 to 38. And I mean, they also already opted out on Drew Smiley. They declined that option. I anticipate them to either non-tender or decline an option for Hendricks if he even still has one, because I want to say that this was the last year on his deal. I don't know if there was an option for 2025 with Hendricks, but we'll find out. But yeah, how about this, Cubs fans? You let me know what you think in the comments section. Tell me how you feel about Cody Bellinger being back. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you indifferent? What would you like to see happen with the rest of the Cubs offseason? You just drop that in the comments below. Just remember to like the video, share the video. If you aren't a subscriber, please do go ahead and subscribe. And always turn on that notification bell so that we could beat that pesky YouTube algorithm. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will talk another time.